Chelsea got it down in Russia, that is in St. Petersburg, by drawing 3-3. Barcelona are out of the Champions League. For the time or for the years I've watched football, close to 2 decades, I've never seen Barcelona play out of the Champions League in there. You get, especially getting out from the group stages. Each and every time I've seen Barcelona, they've really come out and qualified for the Champions League. That is Barcelona in there for you. Real Madrid in there for you, and very many more news coming in here onto you, onto the Rokani Football Podcast. Smash the like button, comment and share. And as you know, we are doing the wrap up of the Champions League. Remember, the draw is going to be held on Monday, and we are really going to get to know who is facing who in the Champions League in there. This is the Rokani Football Podcast. Now today, it really started like Chelsea are going to head the group H, where they were with the team which goes by names of Juventus in that. It looks like the journey of Chelsea might come to an end early enough than expected. If Chelsea had finished first, they would have been going to face the following teams: RB Salzburg, Villarreal or Atalanta, Benfica, Inter Milan, Sporting Lisbon, Atletico Madrid, and PSG in there. Now, because they failed to win away in St. Petersburg, and a man who goes by the names of Juventus has gone ahead to win its game, Chelsea have now finished second in its group. And now, here are the teams they are going to face. Chelsea is going to face the following teams on Monday in the draw. They are facing Ajax, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Lille. Yeah, those are the teams that now, just imagine if at all, when you look at Lille and Ajax might be the easiest side to face in there. But when you fall on teams like Real Madrid and a team which goes by the names of Bayern Munich, then it's bad news altogether. It's bad news altogether, because it is not a team that Thomas Tuchel, the manager of Chelsea, wants to face. You've seen him after the game, his post-match press conference, he said it's really bad. No coach wouldn't want to get such a result. No coach wouldn't want to be on top of the group, because coming up and beating Juventus by 4-0 at Stamford Bridge like 2 weeks ago, it just shows you that you've cleared your chance of really winning, because the hardest hurdle of the journey had been paved away and Chelsea were moving smoothly. And guess what? They've gone away and they've conceded 3 goals and they've scored 3 in there. Now, a defensive-minded side of Thomas Tuchel, as very many people say, because we really believe that Tuchel does not play an attack-minded game. He's a defensive-minded coach. That's why you see him playing with 5 defenders, though the right back and left back really play up onto the pitch in there. But it's really saddening. They are really conceding goals. They were the team that had really kept lots of clean sheets in the Premier League. You get? But this time round, they've come up and they've started conceding goals. The game of Manchester United, they conceded 1. That of Watford, they conceded 1. The game of West Ham, they conceded 3. You remember? 3 goals. In the game of Zenit, St. Petersburg in Russia, they've conceded 3. It shows you that their defense looks porous. They are no longer defensive as they used to be. And I really came out and told people back in the days that I don't really believe that Chelsea are really having a very good defense. But what makes their defense superb is N'Golo Kante's presence and Kovacic. Because if at all they play with N'Golo Kante and Jorginho, those are 2 sitting CDMs. You get? Those are 2 sitting CDMs in there. That means they're really providing a very heavy and impenetrative defense to the back 3 of Rudiger, Azpilicueta and Thiago Silva. So with the absentia of all of those and only Jorginho is present, the defense is so much exposed. You get? In the game of West Ham, they are so much exposed, and 3 goals went past them in there. So I really feel like it's time for them to really come out and do the needful in there and improve on there, because if at all these injuries keep on going like that in the midfield, then shows that Chelsea is in deep trouble, because this has shown us that the most important position, all players of Chelsea are their central midfielders. Jorginho alone cannot do this job. Saul Niguez would take him in and played in there, but Chelsea drew 3-3. You get? That means shielding the back four is only done when N'Golo Kante plays with Jorginho, or Kovacic plays with Jorginho, or Kovacic plays with N'Golo Kante into that central midfield. So it's bad news for Chelsea. It's not news that any Chelsea fan would like to hear, because it is really bad and worse to see that Chelsea are really going to face off teams like Real Madrid, Bayern, Ajax, and which other team are they really going to face? It's Ajax, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Lille in there. So one of those are really going to be one of the teams. If at all they are drawn to Lille and Ajax, I think they can really fight their way out. I think they can even handle Madrid, but the team they cannot handle, I think Bayern Munich is really a way hard side for Thomas Tuchel. But I think having been in Germany, that is the perfect draw for a manager like him, who has been in a side which goes by the names of German and was at Borussia Dortmund, and neither he's one of the coaches that really gave Bayern a hard time, and Nagelsmann is the manager of a team which goes by the names of Bayern Munich. So it really hurts for Chelsea fans to really see yourselves that you've really failed yourselves onto the occasion of really coming up through and leading the group by getting a score first. By the end of the first half, the game was 2-1 and Zenit was ahead of a team which goes by the names of Chelsea. That was really bad news. It's not news that Chelsea fans would like to hear at this juncture in there. Good luck to Chelsea. If at all you get Lille or Ajax in the draw, that will be great news for you. But if at all you are lined up against a team which goes by the names of Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, it's really going to be another mountain that you guys are really going to face in there, and you see yourselves not really coming through, because Bayern is the team to beat in the Champions League with their squad, the Lewandowskis of this world. Lewandowski. I think Chelsea the semi-final. Did they get out? Let me check out. Champions League semi-finals. Champions League semi-finals of 2021. Yeah. Man City played PSG. Real Madrid played Chelsea. So that means there is a team. I think Chelsea played Bayern Munich. I think it's Chelsea that knocked out Bayern Munich. Was it Chelsea or PSG? I think one of those two teams, I think, knocked out Bayern in there on the quarterfinal. So Bayern never made to the semi-final. Now, I don't think Bayern are really at a level of not really wanting to make it to the quarterfinal. At least we are knocked out of the quarterfinal, all is okay, and your bosses can really reserve your job. But if I told you are knocked out in the round of 16, it's going to be another big problem in there for a team which goes by the names of Bayern. So Chelsea really has done itself a disservice by not winning that game away. Now let's go to Manchester United. Manchester United have really come up and drawn with a team which goes by names of Young Boys. Remember, United came up and they really fronted a very different side altogether. No player that has been playing in the last games in there of Arsenal, Crystal Palace, has really started or has made it to the bench. All of them were given a rest by the manager, and this is what happened today. Henderson came in goal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka was the right back, Luke Shaw played as the left back, Nemanja Matic and Eric Bailly played in the central defense, Danny Van Beek and Juan Mata played the dominant pivot, then Lingard and Amad Diallo played into the central attacking midfielders in there, whereas Mason Greenwood and Elanga played as centre forwards for Manchester United, and the goal was forward by Greenwood in there. Very beautiful cross brought in by Luxor in there, and it was brought in, and United were given a lead. Now, Donovan Bing in the dying minutes of the first half, he tried to play a very weak pass to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who looked like a tourist into this game, failed to get possession in there, and guess what happened to him? He lost the game, he lost the ball, and it was a very good taken color by the young boy striker, and the game was 1-1. And ever since then, United really got lots of chances in the first half. Ahmad Elanga having one of the best chances of the game in there, Lingard being played into there, and he failed really to come through and do the needful in there. And guess what? United ended this game by 1-1. But it was well-deserved lead draw for Manchester United, though they really looked rusty, the players, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer couldn't really give these players enough playing time. That's why they never really came on and did the needful. That's why United was knocked out of the Carabao Cup, because he brought a second-string side that was not playing, and they looked rusty in there. And you know what it means when you've not been onto the game of football. Training on a daily is different from being given a game of football, game in, game out. So rotation is very much called for at Manchester United, and if at all it wasn't Ole Gunnar Solskjaer not doing rotation for these players, I think United would have gotten a win into this, because all these players would have come in and they would have been looking sharp in there. Some young ones, Savage and Zidane, got themselves their debuts for Manchester United in there, and all in all, United is through, and these are the teams that United is most likely to face in the Champions League. They are most likely to face PSG, Atletico Madrid, Sporting Lisbon, Inter Milan, Benfica, and RB Salzburg in there. Those are the teams that Manchester United is more likely to face into this draw in there. But when you look at United, I think for them, even if they are drawn a bit, PSG is not a team that is threatening in there. If at all they really had to beat it when it really had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think United can really pass through that tie. And with the presence of Ronaldo and other teams, and the introduction of a new manager who goes by names of Ralf Rangnick, I think United can come up and do the needful. With the coming in of the sports psychologist, that is another big boost for Manchester United, and the new coach coming in from a side which goes by names of America. Is there a Marvus in there? That is really going to be a very good addition. And these other games that United is really having, the next 10 fixtures of Manchester United looking to be very easy on paper, and these are the fixtures that any manager, especially when you've just joined United and you're just trying to put things in order, these are the fixtures that you would have wanted to play against. Playing against Norwich on 11th December, 14th December you play against Brentford, you host Brighton on the 18th of December, you get 27th of December you play Newcastle, Burnley, Wolverhampton Wanderers, you play against Aston Villa in the third round of the FA Cup, you play Aston Villa again in the Premier League, you play West Ham, you play Burnley, you play Southampton, you play Leeds, you play Watford, and the next big game for Manchester United is going to be against Man City on the 5th of March. So this means Ralf Rangnick would have already gotten the right team to really do his stuff. And by the way, if he really believes that United is lacking what we call a central defensive midfielder, he has the entire January transfer market to really get in that player if at all he needs him at Manchester United. So Ralf Rangnick is really ready to really see to it that he really gives United the best out of these games, and we think that United are really going to get the best out of that. Now let's get to Barcelona, that has been knocked out by Bayern Munich in there, having conceded where they 7 at Camp Nou in there, and now when they went to Germany, they lost 3-0, but the newly appointed manager of Barcelona, who goes by names of Xavi, said before the game that it won't be a miracle for Barcelona to win away in Bayern. But I really felt like this was the hardest side. If at all you lost to Real Betis by 1-0, and you've not won a single game convincingly ever since you became a Barcelona manager, that shows you how much Barcelona cannot really compete onto the world levels right now. That's why you've seen them knocked to the Europa League. That's where they are right now. That's where they are right now, and it shows you how much they've dripped off. Messi was the man who used to make the difference of Barcelona in there, because if Messi was into that team would have gone through, because their group was not all that hard, because they lost very many games in there. Because when you look at Barcelona, they are drawn into Group E with Benfica, Barcelona and Dynamo Kiev. Now, if at all Benfica came out and really beat you up, and Dynamo Kiev, you got 6 points from Dynamo Kiev, and the only draw you got it against Benfica, it shows you that you are not good enough. You had to go away to Benfica and hit Benfica in there such that you clear your chances. And I think this was brought up by Barcelona delaying to sack Koeman as their manager. They delayed to sack him. They gave him a lot of time to be into that position as a Barcelona manager, because I think they had to compensate him with £20 million. But after all in all, you sacked him and paid him the money. I think Laporte had to do that immediately and get in another coach who would save the Barcelona season. You get? So Xavi comes in, gets a win against Benfica. Did they draw? Yes, they drew against Benfica, and all in all, they ruined their chances of qualifying or going through to the second round in there. So it really looks bad and sounds bad for Barcelona fans in there, but that is football in there for you. And with the wave of financial fair play rule roving around Spain and affecting most of the big teams in there, especially Real Madrid and Barcelona, this is what Barcelona has harvested. Their harvest has taken them to the UEFA Europa League, but you better go there and really compete in there, because it has looked like that's where you better fit. That's where your fit is. You are no longer a fit of the Champions League, not even going through to the round of 16. You get? So poor decision making by the president of Barcelona, that is Laporta, and now it has costed them to go through into the Champions League round of 16. And this is bad news to the finance department of Barcelona, because Champions League is where you get most money, and in this bad financial situation that even led to losing Lionel Messi and failing to sign up very many players, and to contain the likes of Memphis Depay, people like Sergio Busquets, Gerard Piqué had to surrender in some of their salaries to be cut off. Barcelona needed to go into the Champions League, because the further you proceed to the Champions League, the more monies you make. So it shows you to it that they are really facing or testing the bitterness of their own medicine in there, because they've been paying lots of high salaries to players. Antonio Griezmann, I was shocked that he was earning £780,000 a week. How can you pay him such amount of money? Dembele's the problem, buying in Dembele at £130 million. You bring in Coutinho at the same amount of money. You get? All those were flocks for Barcelona, and that blocked them from getting in some good players in there. But all in all, poor decision making by the board has costed Barcelona, but they are really out through. All right, that's what we had for you here on to Rokani Football Podcast. And today, Barcelona isn't Europa. Chelsea shocked, finished second in there. They either face Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Lille, and Ajax. One of those four teams in there. They might face those in there, and wait and see what happens into Monday draw in there, when they are really going to pick the next round of 16 teams, and draws will be happening on Monday, and we'll be live streaming here onto Rokani Football Podcast in there. Smash the like on the video, comment and share. I'm out from the African Cover Studios. May the Almighty Lord protect you, and I cover you in the blood of Jesus. Me out for now.